welcome everyone. I'm going to share this link really quick on Instagram. Real quick. Okay, hi. Hey there. Welcome everyone. Today's live stream, the second day of this 28-day challenge I'm doing with myself. That may or may not extend beyond that point. But welcome, greetings. How are we? How are we indeed? Good. Continuously reflected on my day and I see I'm in a good place. It's actually okay. Everything's good. Sweet. So here we are. Welcome. And so today I'm just going to, discuss and talk about things, have fun, really diving deep into real things that have to do with our souls and our lives and just more of like deep, real honesty that is to blossom open from there. Just to really open from there and really be talked about. And then we're going to go through some meditations. It's just tends to be what I need more in my life right now, as well as one of the best ways that I can serve people. It's guiding different various forms of meditations for healing, inner work, for growth, connection with the earth, with all of creation, with the stars, planets, and sun, and everything, like universe and earth connection, feeling that and developing that psychic sense, and like connecting with ourselves and developing as a human being, really. So various many things we go through, a lot of somatic journeys, soft breath work, sometimes more than just soft, it just depends. But yeah, that's a lot of the things I always enjoy doing for others and that I need to do more in my life, and my best way of doing that is by serving others directly. That helps me to focus on doing that thing for myself as I do for others. So here we are, these live streams. I'm just kind of like breathing and opening myself up to settle into this space, just diving straight on in from getting home here, getting back into this zone of focus. Yeah, it's kind of like cleansing and opening and establishing a deeper connection with my own heart, front and back, and my soul and my spirit, with divine holy spirit and the highest divine essence of me, with source, God, universal intelligence. Just kind of linking that in and grounding that in, rooting that in to the earth, to where I am and to where we are now. And I invite you to do the same. Invite you to just nestle on in here. Come into this sacred, holy forest zone, the sacred forest with the holy tree of living infinity, meaning just some large, giant mother tree that's just here in this zone with a bunch of smaller trees in the sacred forest, near a sacred stream of water, yet in a clearing of trees. It's kind of how I always feel with these types of things and gathering. Often feels like it's been changing lately, actually, to be honest, but that's where I'm used to for the time being, as we get into a new kind of internal feeling, etheric, astral, imaginatory space as well. So just settle on in, let yourself land here. All of you is welcome here. Every single aspect of your whole conscious being, subconscious being, all that you are, complete totality, as a divine being, truly, you are welcome here. This space is for us to connect with our own soul, divine spirit, divine essence, straight to God, universe, multiversal, universal, multiversal intelligence, intelligent energy of infinity, of creation, and to develop the love connection, the unconditional awareness and like presence, really unconditional presence, unconditional love and joy and peace of ourselves here in the space, practicing that and remembering what that feels like. It's often what this space does. In the many places it has been, it's always the same space we come back to. It's like kind of like that of yoga and the mats and all that thing. You come back to the mat. It's always this kind of same intention and focus and space we come back to when you do these streams and videos that I make and so forth. Hey, welcome, welcome. Let yourself settle on in. Very glad to have you. Let's just even open up with that, with a bit of a deeper drop-in meditation. Always anchors everything in for the whole shared, co-created sphere of reality here together. So allow yourself to relax in any way of a position you wish. Anything that works for you. There is no boundary. The boundary itself is that which you choose and that which works for you in the highest ways. And I'm absolutely happy and welcome to have you here. And let's just take some big deep breaths, like through the belly into the chest, filling up our heart, the front and the back of our bodies. And actually I feel like primary focus to like work with the feeling of energy in our body and the conscious intention and how those work together. Really what we're doing there then is blending the brain and the heart consciousness with the breath. So actually with the body too. Brain, heart, and body. With a deep belly to chest inhales. And releases to relax the body further and allow the body to kind of like move as it does for you, but perhaps that will be how it circulates in the toroidal field, like a central axis or area of the toroidal field, central plane you could say, where it will kind of bring you to the energy feeling in the back of your heart, the upper back, where a lot of your divine power, divine will, and consciousness really emanates from. We're going to work on this energy flow that now is also within that toroidal field, like circulating through up and down the body. For some people, it may be kind of up the front, down the back. For others, maybe up the back and down the front. It's really exactly what your body needs right now. It's not dependent on scrutiny, strict, always the same thing. So just, if energy is kind of moving around you this way, or horizontally, or is it moving more vertically, or is this kind of diagonal, whatever that is, just breathe with your body and allow yourself to tune in with your heart, with your breath, with your brain, to connect in with the heart and the body breath. And however you begin to slowly, as I'll slow down now because that's moving a bit fast, begin to perceive your own subtleties of chi and life force and electromagnetics, electromagnetherics. You could also really say that this is in a greater conglomeration of your field of energy, your auric field. And the point of this is first, let us slow down and just recognize that with our big breaths and focus here, presence here. Unconditional presence, unconditional focus, unconditional love, unconditional welcoming of all of ourselves throughout all time, space, and dimension. All of our energies to be fully anchored and grounded here in this space, here now in this present moment. and that's being sent out to the field. It's being channeled, embodied, and just actually real through me. That is emanating the field we share here. It doesn't matter where we are, and irrespective of distance and time and space, it's all the same. We will feel the same things. Or regardless, however the word is. The point of this is to really connect in with you, your own field, your own energy, and getting to know yourself more and connecting with your body. So at this exact moment, exactly how you're feeling is divinely perfection. And just welcome all of that here as you're breathing, kind of settling into just scanning how your state of being is, how your energy is moving in your auric field, in your mind, in your heart, in your body, in your breath. Just kind of examining that, or just noticing it rather, not even like super hyper examining it in a sense of like mentally paying attention. It's just like being in a noticing of it gently and softly, without any judgment, without any push for something to be in any way, particularly with your flow of energy over your mind or state of being. It's just a noticing, and it's just a breathing, and it's just an honoring and a respect for the whole. For me, I'm noticing it like a torus field, like it's flowing kind of like up. Actually, it was around, and then kind of coming down through, for me in the center, and also seeing some energies move around. Kind of exercising that psychic lens and the sensation of subtleties is what is also called here, because that is required with really knowing ourselves. And being present in a space with ourselves and with others. This is asked and requested always for a fuller conscious presence and awareness of a moment in space shared with others, with ourselves, with anything, and just life and reality itself. The spirit, as the universe, as the earth, as our bodies are just always asking us to maintain that we are in presence with, is what I feel and have noticed in myself, and have noticed is a call in everybody else's bodies to be present, to be more relaxed and calm, be more connected with ourselves, with our bodies, with our soul, and our heart, and with those around us in a great loving respect and honor, and a joy and a peace and a like openness and a welcoming to everything. Because it's through that state does that open our hearts, does that open our strength of mind, strength of consciousness, strength of mind, strength of heart, strength of like awareness, to a degree to actually be able to responsibly allow in everything and handle it, like letting it flow through you and just noticing. So this is now kind of like an activation portion for a moment. This meditation, just a noticing of what is in any moment, what is there, what is just alive and present, as you become equalized with the presence of reality and life itself, and not try to escape it, try to push to go do this or that because there's this and that in your schedule. Well, you can do those things, but it's much better when you can be present from a grounded, present place. And moving from one to the next, and to the next, and to the next, in a calm and a clear, aware, focused, open-hearted way. So glad to see you guys here. What type of work is it? Somatic, I guess. Somatic energy work and sensing. Just to answer that question for a moment, but I don't want to get lost too much in that. I'll get back to your questions later, though, for sure, more fully. Okay, yeah. I'll return to that later. So So just keep breathing in presence with yourself and presence with this space. I can definitely feel all of us here, and I'm so happy for us to be here together. It's so warm and so beautiful. Now let's just breathe into that presence with ourselves and with each other in this sacred space, and just like notice more what we notice. Like, what is the quality of your energy? What is the quality of your state of being? Where is your mind focused? But at this moment, it's just an invitation, of course, to have that focus be inward with yourself. And with anything I'm saying, to just be a simple, humble guide at the side of you, that inward focus. Just noticing how you feel, being welcoming of that, being okay with that, letting it settle and being calm with that, like standing in the center of your own roving and moving of energies and however states that may be, whether it's more calm waters or it's like more stormy, and there's a lot going on in you. You can still choose this unconditional presence of calmness in the center of it all, and just noticing and letting it like move and pass by as it wishes. And also just like holding an expanding light of love, like expanding energy, embracing of love for the whole of how you feel now, of how you are feeling through this process, because I'm not containing you or keeping you stuck to any one state. You're obviously moving, and I'm just here speaking a thing that's in a gentle, humble guidance for you. So with that, I'll slow down a little bit and just take more of those deep breaths. Any way that feels correct is to be discovered in your own. We're all divine, free, sovereign beings. What works for one doesn't work for all. Only a little bit shall it guide until we find our own way that works for us uniquely, is the point here with that. Our bodies are so unique, so special, of unique instruments to be attuned, to be tuning, keeping in tune with source universal energy, with earth, Mother Gaia energy. It is its own instrument, its own tuning frequency we attune to, and yet that may resonate with others highly, and we may resonate together as a great orchestra together. We're still our own instrument playing. So that's just to keep in mind as a focus for you. Trusting how you feel, having faith in how you feel, faith in like that it's literally perfect, and it's okay. Everything's welcome, every bit of your feeling. And allow more of that feeling in your body, in your breath, in your heart to awaken and open and gently start to like peek through into the daylight of just, wow, there's more here. Like, it's actually safe and okay to be alive and be here and feel my whole spectrum of being in every moment, no matter how it is. Wow, that's amazing. What an opportunity. What a great privilege to just breathe and be alive, and just to like carry that to my everyday moment, and recognizing it's okay to just be yourself exactly as you are. And from there comes an awareness of how you can be with that and breathe with that. Direct that with your consciousness, with the mind, with the heart, the body connection of how energy can be directed and led, shifted and changed in you for the highest good of your state of being and for those around you, because everything is in direct connection to your field as you are to other people's fields. And how they're feeling, how you're feeling, and how that affects the whole. It affects the environment and reality where you are, including now, wherever you are. It may be perceivable, it may not be yet, but just you like feeling deeper inside yourself, focused inside to just honor and love and let move energy as it is. Let that move through your system, let that move through your toroidal field, your auric field, slowly, as you are noticing how energy is moving. Does that begin to subtly change your reality field around you? It can even shift you in actual timeline, in a reality, and that's a bigger thing to say, but it can, based on your state of being, seamlessly shift you to like a different, that goes deeper actually. That's something we can talk about later. It's not for this moment. So let's just kind of scratch that, put it to the side. So what we're doing here is also just like giving the body more oxygen as we breathe. And as you relax and become more calm as well, your body is able to like assimilate more of the oxygen in which you breathe, and therefore like less breath will be required, and or like the bigger breaths that you are taking will take in more. Your body will assimilate that easier and be able to distribute that easier, and that can directly translate to like your blood flow, translate to your nervous system, and that'll translate to you noticing you probably naturally start to relax more of the tension in your body as you keep going. It can bring a relaxing and a regulating to the nervous system. It might also potentially bring an up-regulating, kind of like you feel like your energy is raising a bit. That's an up-regulation to like get to a different base level regulation that your body starts to feel when you're breathing more energy through your body, electromagnetic energy, chi and life force, and just oxygen itself, air itself. That supplies that, and that brings that, and that carries that physically. As well as the water in your body carries that physically, just to say. So evermore, I know there's a whole different mix of us here. Just evermore breathe and be opening your heart, opening your expanse to love, and be with yourself. Focus with yourself and your environment, and your body, and your mind, and your heart, and presence. Like just evermore breathing to open your heart, evermore breathing to become here now. To become like manifest, fully, consciously focused in this moment. Everything that may have been on your mind about things to do in the future after this or whatever else will come to being when it is time. It'll start to sort itself out inside yourself when you come to the relaxed, calm, present state, fully interactively connected with your whole body in this living moment to carry that life of living breath and life force and awareness to the future things too, through the next moments. When we're so forth finished with this meditation later on, or finished with the live stream. But for now, we're here. I say those things because it helps to naturally anchor us in and focus us more. I understand we all might have a lot of things going on in our lives, and I respect that and honor that. And knowing what I speak, though, is just like a trusting and a knowing and a faith that it's all going to sort itself out, and it'll come to even greater fruition of those things you do later on as now, when we come into like full greater presence with ourselves now and feel that, and like slow down to love, really opening our heart to genuinely love and embrace everything as it moves through us. It's really, you don't have to get caught into an attachment of embracing it, but just letting it move through you and honoring it with an immense amount of heart and love. And like challenging yourself to open to that and welcome that. Be okay with everything moving through you. And just keep breathing with it. I know my meditation guidance is quite different here and there, continually talking something, but I just know how the mind works and how it can help us. And I also see how I can slow down and really just hold space and breathe with you here. Noticing what we notice, loving all that is there. Bringing the mind, the brain into the heart, into the belly and the breath. Such a precious gift for us to be here together, and I'm so thankful for you to be here. So truly. Thank you. This is for us together, us as a whole. For I am you and you are me in legitimacy of reflection of life, source, energy, which we're all made of the same and flowing through the same in our own individual little connective, universal, like reality creation vessels, literally universal creation on some level, literal, for we all literally contain a universe inside of us. And we literally are like, we don't even realize it, but we're a part of birthing an entire universe somewhere, because there's always more being born. Just as much there are planets, there are stars being born, there are planets being born, there are natural moons being born, not space stations, but those two, those are being born. And galaxies, universes. Somewhere, somehow, your consciousness and soul is a direct part of creating a galaxy, creating a star, creating a solar system, creating a planet, creating a whole universe that begins inside of you, even here now in this human, as your soul plays through and experiences God through you as a human. Awakening to connection with God, that is the greater consciousness of intelligence that is beyond the human form, that is in everything yet, yes, but is also beyond it. And what I mean by that is just connecting to the other dimensionalities of reality, dimensionalities of creation, higher dimensionalities of creation. It's not exactly greater, it's just what I mean, there's more to it, more to it. And it just keeps expanding onward and open into higher frequency and vibrational resonances of intelligence, of universal energy, into infinity. This very humble, beautiful act itself to be here in this human form. Just let that land with however it does with you. Anything else I'm saying extra here. To live and be as you are now. So perfect. And yet to be becoming ever more. More than you ever thought you might be. And that's what the title of this live stream is called. We're kind of like journeying through that in the somatics here, and the energy and the consciousness, and also speaking to what is expanded beyond us, but yet is us. Also, like kind of reverberating back to our capabilities and potentials as souls within these human forms, within this third, fourth kind of density consciousness world, fifth density, sixth density, some of us, and beyond, and to like the just how we are awakening more to this like greater like dimensionality awareness, and what that actually means to like channel that energy of consciousness through us, and how that affects our physical bodies to start like changing its subtleties of cellular organization, vibrational organization, so that the nervous system can expand and hold greater capacities of life and life force, of energy and universal intelligence, life force, energy, to connect easier and yet hold as a baseline more of like universal energy itself, more of source or God consciousness, connection, remembrance that anchors in through the soul and through the spirit. And really like what guides us through to that is always connecting to our soul, into our spirit, and who we most really are. and choosing the paths of becoming more of what we are capable of, what we can be, what we know to be in our future realities. And I guess now we're just kind of getting into this like speaking portion of the meditation, like a channeling portion, speaking something to remind us of, activate in us. And all that is required is like coming back to your breath as we began, and breathing and feeling in yourself, feeling that how you are in your state of being, letting it all meld together, calm together, relax together, and be present here, grounded here together, and receive whatever it is here for you to receive. You know, we're in these human experiences. To really know ourselves as souls. For God to know itself as the souls that we are, as the humans that we are, through the capabilities of expanding and becoming ever more than we thought capable. Perfect as we are now, perfect as we are ever growing to become. And that all stems down to our beliefs and our mindsets and our like projection feelings of reality, our states of being in the body, and what we hold as like states of being, what we hold as reality generating projections through the systems of our body, through the organ systems, through the whole system, the skeletal systems, vascular systems, and respiratory, and all those systems of the body working to like really just house your soul and house your consciousness, and working to grow and ever more open to higher frequencies of dimensionality of your own soul, and like the soul itself, you the soul, and you the eternal being, and to the higher holy divine spirit essence of you, grounding that in and be able to hold that greater and higher frequency sets in a baseline of more of who you are. And how do we do that exactly? Well, it's through practices like this, where as I speak the words like higher holy divine spirit of you, it excites a heart opening. And excites like this opening expanse of like connecting with beautiful, divine, loving, peaceful, joyous, and greater like alive life force chi flowing energetic states of being. It's about it, and then to open up more space to house more the frequencies of your soul and your divine Holy Spirit self, divine spirit essence, and more of the frequencies beyond your awareness, and yet also within your perception to that which it is, the degree of which it is, more of source consciousness flowing through you respectively. So, I'm just taking a moment to extend an extra purification, energetic field expanse and containment, field of pure energy, of pure like, source God energy. Calling that in angelic, highest dimensional frequencies, highest galactic friends and family frequencies, in alignment with the ascension of humanity and the earth and all to be here present with us. But like the energies itself, calling in the ascension energies, the solar, the star, the earth herself, the galactic center, the universal center, energetics of the highest ascension timeline and potentiality of humanity ascending and advancing as a species here on this earth, here and now, calling in these energies to contain, hold, to add into, and to contain this field. For only those who truly can receive and be in this space are welcome. Those who cannot may come through and pass on by, or be averted elsewhere. Multidimensionally throughout time, space, dimension, physically, digitally, etherically, astrally, remote viewing, remote sensing. Only those who are welcome in alignment with the ascension and the growth and development of all. The ascension, the growth, the uplifting, the advancement of all, the like holy, divine, connective, alive nature of all may be here, truly. I felt to speak that From now on, I'll speak in more in the beginning. And it's just a field of pure love and pure holding potentiality, the shining and showing of ourselves and who we are now and who we can be becoming. So how do we more do that? How do we more become this, like, more than we ever thought that we can be? Well, so simply, what is it that you love to do? What is your greatest joy in the world? What is your greatest joy in life? What is the thing that like really calls you to be you? Yes, we can start there with the just creative endeavors and things like that helps you be of greater service to the world and helps you be more of you and know your self, know your soul, and know your true frequency and embody that. And then also, yes, how can we carry that to the actual just simple qualities of human beingness into your everyday life? That is the thing. To like actually be able to bridge that to your everyday life and just like all the things you do, just the same as you would in any like particular focus of a creative endeavor or a purpose or a mission. These are things I talk about all the time, but it's just always so key because I see people often that are doing their thing in the world, but they still have their human quality and self to develop, including myself. And that's why I suppose so much focus on that, you know. And it's like when they're doing their thing, but it's like that only adds into and shines into everything that you are. I guess let's shift gears here. Like everything you are as a human being, and it helps you to actually just know yourself more and actually be the more greater, conscious, responsible, loving, whole human being that you are, that you can be, the whole soul that you are. So the more we like tap into our gifts and our abilities and like our skills and our joys and what we love to do in this world, it's going to naturally reveal to us like how we can just like attune ourselves and focus to practice and develop and like, just becoming a greater version of ourselves, a real whole like soul embodied in the human, and just like welcoming everything of our human journey, like being absolutely welcoming it and embracing all of it and like unconditionally loving it and unconditionally being present with it is just why this whole stream and light and meditation has been about that. I guess now we're shifting out of that now to just like a talking portion. Just things tend to glide smoothly and seamlessly in these streams. So just shifting into more of the focus of like, okay, that's why we're doing the meditations, is more to like feel into ourselves or feel the state of being, acknowledge that, love on that, and just hold space for it all, noticing it and letting it all move through as it is, as it can. Also then naturally start to like regulate and shift it and clear and purify and come into a different state of being through that, you know. I guess different state of being of just like what it is, actually just accessing more subtleties of frequency and subtleties of yourself and your body somatically, the subtleties of your presence, to bring more of that soul and more of your just mind and heart and coherence with the body and the present space now. And like from there our sensory opens up. Yeah, sensories of the environment. Wherever we are, we begin to notice more, sense more, hear more, feel more. And the practice of not shying away from that, not hiding or avoiding it, and becoming more present to allow it all and open our hearts more to it all, it will be the calling and is the thing that will anchor us more of our soul into everyday life and to be able to like bring us into becoming more than what we thought we could be, more of this loving being, peaceful, calm, loving, whole version of ourselves by practicing that, by opening up to everything that is there, no matter what it is, and being like a calm presence in the center of it all, to hear it, to feel it, and to like, therefore, from that state, start to like lead and guide and direct energy through action, through words, through energy itself of presence in your auric field, what can bring greater coherency and harmony. I guess I do talk about a lot of the same things quite often, a lot of the same stuff in every stream, because it's comes down to like the core of importance for me. There's a lot that I can talk about. There's so much that I go into, but I always come down to the first and foremost core thing that's genuinely real. Or like that really just is the important thing that like goes into everything else. So it's just like naturally finding your way to connect with your body and your heart somatically in every way, with your breath in every place to become more consciously present and therefore bringing more coherency to your system and harmony to your system and harmony to the whole of everyone around you, like we talked about, or like I kind of like brought through to feel that, and as we are now too, but in that meditation. Through that, and then taking that through our creative purposes and our divine missions, our careers and that we create, our businesses we create, or like the things we do presently in the world, and ever more becoming present in that, whether it's of this kind of nature of a thing or if it's something else, it's just art that you create. Everything's going to demand you really to be more present, to be more actively aware and alive and like really there, to say it lightly and just sweetly passive, just really there, and like know yourself more, know every bit of your feelings in your body and your mind and how you work, and like then coming to like a crossroads or a pinpoint of like, okay, how can I improve my quality of being, my state of being? How can I like help myself flow more coherently and harmoniously in the work that I do and the things I do and how I show up in the world? How can I promote that around me and everyone else and everything? Because it all comes down to me. The change in the world starts with yourself, as we so hear often as the quote, but it's real. And like where you must just adjust your being and get to know yourself more and lead that in the world. And yes, take on some of the bigger issues, more pressing, demanding issues that are more important to be collectively a part of, whether it's personally in your world or collectively as a whole. But it comes down to like being able to develop, being present with those things, being calm through them, being in the center of those storms, and like aware of energy and directing it consciously by listening with the heart, with the body, with the whole wisdom of yourself in that present moment, which will naturally bring through the real wisdom of a thing to say or a thing to do in action. Like the thing that really, in a conscious awareness of the whole beyond yourself, far beyond yourself, like just like detaching from yourself and detaching from the things that just makes up or whatever connection of you as an identity, as an ego or personality, and just like being there in whatever you're doing, whether it's your own creative thing or whether it's just like actual importance or reality scenario in the collective world that's going on. Maybe it's on social media, maybe it's physically around you, maybe it's just with your own sphere of people and beings, like to actually like be there and listen and breathe through it all, and to attune the nervous system to be able to do that, which is this, like becoming present, allowing the nervous system to take in all the information and the feeling, allowing the body to take in all the information, all the feeling, relaxing in that, and then being able to become naturally arisingly aware. It rises inside of you the wisdom of what to do, what to say, that really directs and helps and assists and serves everyone around you more than yourself. Serves everything to like find a peace, find the harmony, find the middle ground. Sure, you could say that too. And yet expand higher and openly from that, speaking or taking action from that place that really does the thing. Like this is something I've done a lot in my life in various scenarios, and that's why I speak it. And also, I just notice it as a thing that other people need, that other people want in everything, every scenario, whether it's something dire and demanding of your attention, or if it's something soft and gentle and so simple and playful. Maybe it's just something playful and you're having fun with people, friends and family, or whatever, yourself and life or nature, wherever you are. Maybe it's just something playful and fun, but still becoming aware of how you can playfully, consciously direct that energy for the whole highest good of all. Everything beyond you is still present. Whether it's from a joyful state or a dire, dear state, there's a lot of like anger or fear or just like dysregulation around you or something, and it's like, okay, well, I feel inside myself, how can I regulate the energy? How can I really feel it all? And that's all it is, like really opening to feel it all, become present with it all, hold that pillar of safety and presence with it all, and like start to become aware of how you can wisely direct the energies to change and shift things to that peaceful, whole higher state it's actually calling for and wanting to be, if it's in a situation like that. But if it's, like I said, if it's in a situation like a playful one, joyful one or something, it still can call for that, to like even that excited, playful energy and that fun and how things are kind of chaotically around, you can still help direct that to be more coherent and clear, flowing through our bodies, so that there's like less tension and tightness going on through us, through each other socially, or yourself, and like start to like be a conduit director of energy to flow more still coherently in those joyful, playful places too, and or like whatever it is, or if it's just a relaxed space, like how can you still breathe and be present to and like sometimes pick up energy from even from a very relaxed, calm place, pick up energy, and yet still keep it like regulated and stable and whole. So I speak about all this because like this is a part of what will literally bring change around in the world. It's like us being able to understand our systems, our bodies, our minds, our consciousness, our auric fields, our nervous system, and each other's therefore at the same time. Maybe also this comes from you observing, connecting with others around you, and then like reflecting back to you and feeling how you can like adjust your energies to help things be like more regulated and coherent and connected between you and another. And like being able to do that in yourself, because that's going to just help. It's going to help bring the change to the world you want to see. It's going to help actually, because you're changing the state of your being, then you're helping to change the state of being of collective shared spaces, and then everybody can start to more level-headed be and do anything, whatever it is that's going on, more calmly, more aware, more relaxed, more energized, more strengthened, more flowing of chi and life force through you by becoming more present in the moments and spaces together. So this is one I always love to consistently talk about, consistently share about, consistently do. And I'm saying this too to remind myself to do that, because it's been challenging for myself lately from like increasing little demands in my life. And yet at the same time, there hasn't been that much, and it's only been my state of being and the things I choose to do that's been like not as much even in as I say now as it has been before. But I'm like enhancing that and bringing that back into my life lately, truly. And also like through talking about it and sharing this helps me to bring that back in an even stronger way, so I can more talk about it or share about it, or actually embody what I say, all that jazz. So it inspires me, and whatever it does for you, wonderful. Yeah. So this like doing this will help you. You'll be amazed at how much it grows you and enhances you to become more of what you are, more than you thought you could be, of what was. How do we more do that? It is by like checking in with yourself and becoming more present in reality and life itself, wherever you are, and treating life in a quote unquote like it's a meditation or like it's on the mat in yoga, treating life in that point of view, and becoming more consciously meditatively present and conscious and connected with everything around you in every moment, in every state of your being, and everything you're doing. And then practicing in these meditations like we do in these live streams too, and so forth, or whatever you do in your own space. So that itself, like it's like, can you do in your own space can you do what you do in your own space and take that to the world and do that everywhere? And like be able to actually put it to the test and practice who you are, who you think you are, or becoming based on your practices, like based on what you were saying you are or want to be or want to become to be. Can you put that into practice and actually do it beyond thought itself? This is another layer and level of this thing, like beyond thoughts itself. We may think about these things we need to do or want to do, or like are aware of how we're feeling and moving in our state of being, and our energies moving, our minds are moving, or I'm aware of what we can do or want to do. But how about you try just doing it? Stop all like the mind thinking about it, all of it, and bring it into your heart, bring it into your belly, and just like shift your entire energy field of actually starting to like put the frequencies in your body for it to land fully beyond just the mind intellectual thinking, and then start to act that and be that. That has been one that has been a lesson for me forever. I know all of us, every one of us do this. This is speaking of a thing all of us do normally, but maybe just not so super consciously, or just not so like aware of it, or like not so like presently always actively practicing to do that, and become aware when we're like maybe in our minds too much and thinking about a thing to do or be or whatever in a moment state of being, and just practice being it, pulling the frequencies in, letting it actually be felt. What I mean somatically, be felt in you, opening your heart to that, and then start to like put it into your action of the space of how it calls for you to be actionable with that, and more consciously and like more regularly, consistently, not just like when it's like a specific demand or something, but like always coming from a more open heart, more grounded, more calm, more still, aware, focused, present state, because that allows in everything to be like naturally peacefully regulated and like assimilated and connective and like moving through you responsibly, and like you moving through everything in greater coherency and love and harmony responsibly. So this is just always the foundational core thing to focus on. That's why we're so consistent in all these live streams for these last 3 years or so. 4 years, 3 years, 3 something years. And then beyond that, before that, when I was also, another thing I've done before that is consistent writing and sharing on social media, like articles and just speaking about things. And I was still talking about this stuff, and yet also stuff way before that that led me up to this more. Before videos and live streaming. So it's been a while, but here we are. It's a consistent core basis of just being, and like, yeah. And from there, everything else, I can talk about anything all day, and like, I might do that. See if we're shifting anything here, really. But I still just like settling in with that core here actually for a second, just taking a break. The core thing, the foundational thing, which is human beingness, which is eternal spirit, soul beingness, unified in union with the human you, and expanding the capacity, potential of energy, frequency, vibration inside of her human body in a work field, evermore. The multidimensionality of reality and the multidimensionality of you, the consciousness that can ever evolve and become conscious itself of you in all time, space, dimension, so branches from this human to the work field, energy body field, and evermore into higher frequency layers of your energy body and beyond yourself into the earth, sun, solar system, galaxy, universe, literally in interconnectedness. Imagine anything, feel anything, project anything with full feeling and meaning in your body, and so it is. It actually will have effect energetically first, consciously first, vibrationally first. And as you embody the frequencies of a thing, an intent, a consciousness, a projection, a direction of energy more felt in you, so does it also result in the physical reality changing. And result in like potential reality shifting. As you shift your state of being and you like find a realization of something new in you and release old belief systems and old thought structures and old like structures that helped you in like a particular container of just consciousness, feeling and thinking and breathing and being. So does your actual self shift into a parallel different reality that's like more congruent with that state of being if you're able to sustain it as a baseline. We get always, every day, we're always like time, space, dimension traveling with our thoughts and feelings throughout the day, more often than we realize. That's real too. Shifting all through many. And yet we can also shift to a higher frequency reality timeline itself of ourself and of all collective world reality if we like kind of can sustain higher states of being, higher frequencies, higher love, and like practicing everything within unconditional, intelligent presence and love and joyfulness. Because those will drive everything into a higher positive, loving, expanding, life-giving direction is the point here. So it's just more detail expanding into what we have been talking about, expanding more beyond just the foundational, yet still within the core and foundation connection. Do this for a little while longer. It might just be about an hour this stream is, but it may be longer too. So organically, authentically, I must check in with myself in the collective space and how we're doing with energy and like what is the best. Let's take some silence and just be together here and breathe. Yeah, that was a frequency shift that caused my sneezing. A lot to still, as of late, in my own being and world. Clear out in the back of the heart field, So when I begin to do that, it's sneezing away old frequency layers and stuckness. That's been happening a lot lately. So I'll just be here presently for a moment as we kind of approach more the tail end of this stream. I know we kind of went fast through some things. Now all of a sudden I'm kind of just shifting to another meditation. If you feel resonant with this, bear with me. Let's just really start to breathe gently and softly, presently relaxing, and kind of just gather everything that we have moved through in this stream, that we have like channeled through, what has been like sprouted aware and awake in you, and just slowing down, relaxing the nervous system, relaxing the body. Filling your body with an unconditional, joyful, loving presence. Like really, just unconditional love, unconditional joy, present here. Kind of like round things off and shift your actual vibrational state of frequency. Vibrational resonance, frequency state of being. Give space for however long the stream is meant to go. And still keep it within a somewhat hourly concise time frame. For me, that's pretty concise because these have been a lot longer in the past 2.5, 3, 4.5 hours. Just breathe deeply, breathing unconditional joy and love. And by unconditional, that means literally choosing that thing as a state of being in your emotional and mental system, in your energy body system, in your emotional body, your physical body, unconditionally, regardless what is going on, because that will help you to be more aware wisely of what anything is, to be led, directed. Because all of us are leaders and directors, which is why I speak about this so often. All of us are living creators. So therefore we're leaders. Therefore we're directors of energy, consciousness. So why not rise up to be who you are in that unique greater capacity, potential, putting it to the kinetic, real, embodied, actionable test, frequency connecting test, somatic, brain, heart, and body, full, alive, present, active state of being test. Unconditional joy, unconditional love, unconditional presence, unconditional feeling of the subtleties, unconditional, which goes within presence. Unconditional will to open our heart and connect. And beyond connection, I mean to simply love and honor and reverence everything in life, in your human journey, so preciously alive and beautiful as it is. No matter what it is still that, to me. Maybe not to you, but to me. Okay. Hold space here for a little bit longer. We have reached that hour mark. Just letting everything settle in from this stream. Further, further, deeper, deeper, to become more of the higher baseline of you. That invites, because of this higher baseline, it'll naturally invite more of you itself as a soul in a divine, holy spirit being. Divine spirit, divine soul, divine consciousness, eternal. It'll invite more of connection and embodied awareness of you as that. And beyond that, in just the you. Truly, deep, deep, deep through it all. Back to source, back to God, universal intelligence. It is you in itself, but straight to that, and resonant. That's what I call forth and speak forth here in this now. Reactivate and breathe through for us. So wherever you go beyond this live stream, remember what has been guided here, if it is relevant to you, if it is resonant to you. Remember coming back into greater unconditional presence and love and joyfulness, and choosing that actively. And choosing to really be on that, starting with just recognizing how you feel as you are in every present moment, through everything and every moment, that you are alive within, because it's all you. It's all alive, and it's all up to you to guide and direct yourself to exactly what you feel is in the best interest for everyone as to yourself. The best interest, the highest good for everyone in yourself. It's what I just encourage here. And that I don't have to encourage anything. What I speak here does its own work of inspiration or not, or resonance or not with anyone. But to continue and bring this to every place and practice being present, practice feeling how you are and moving through that, being okay with it, and yet still choosing the highest frequency of joy and of love and of presence, of calmness, clarity of mind, clarity of body, presence in the subtleties of sensational awareness. And letting that be in your presence, be your mantra of life, be your practice beyond this zone of the live stream, beyond the forest that kind of imagine ourselves being in, that I do often, or other spaces, which is shifting now. Like I said in the beginning, it's shifting to something else, more mountainous, snowy capped forest scene actually, and connected more with the stars above that mountain. Anyway, to really take it beyond this space, beyond your mat, beyond your practices, meditation or yoga or anything, and recognize that yoga or meditation is life itself. Straight up, honestly, is life itself. What does that mean? Is that everything that you feel is the best to be and to achieve, to seek to become, you can just choose to be it. Even literally skip past the brain, mind, thinking aspect of it. only to the degree of which you need that is only that of which you need to be cognitively aware of to anchor into your body and to be cognitively aware of in a way to focus on it and to speak about it, share about it, or like communicate it, or just like recollect it on the full spectrum, actually just really just full spectrum of your brain, heart, and body and soul. Well, great, awesome. I can just resume the stream. I totally forgot to plug my phone in, so just died out for a second. So yeah, cool, great. I'm glad to know that I can do that. This is great. So yeah, it's really just like comes down to that. Like, can you consciously recognize to like carry that meditation to your active being of life itself? Beyond it being a meditation, it's just life. And how would you like to really show up and lead, orchestrate, direct, guide life to be? How would you like to like just experience life? Do you want to have it be suffering or be hard or constantly be in tension or stress? Or do you want it to be relaxed or calm, peaceful, and like being able to handle anything, really, from any state of being to a degree you can from that kind of state of being? But it still comes down to like we really do have to honor the full spectrum of it. That doesn't mean it's always calm or always peaceful, always relaxed. All of it's necessary. Even tension is necessary. Even like charge up leveling of, or up regulating of nervous system, emotions, thoughts, and feelings is necessary because it's part of our beautiful human journey to feel that, to experience that, and to use that as a part of how we direct each moment. And yet always to become more present and more actively connective and aware in our bodies of our states of being, no matter what, to like more harmoniously, responsibly lead and direct energy, consciousness, life itself through us to be in its better state of being, to its better like potential, its better like natural blossoming whole state of being, because we must recognize that we are nature, just like the earth, just like the sun, just like the stars. We are everything, or like we are everything. We are nature. We are like many states of being. We are many emotions and feelings and thoughts and everything else that rolls through us, right? So we need to be able to like honor that and love that too, and let that be a part of like still the central core focus of what we're doing in this world, and like every moment with everyone and everything, what we're doing in this world in every moment, what we're consciously choosing to cultivate and to be, to become, into like the path we're on, the purpose, the mission, the career path, or whatever else, you know, that what we become conscious of, what we're cultivating, what we're actively building our reality to be a resonant frequency field of, and to be like a reflection, a mirror of, you know, everything's a mirror, everything's a reflection constantly, everyone and everything, all the time, in synchronistic, interconnected intelligence. So yeah, that's just to say like it's okay to be in any state that you are and to welcome it, and yet to be very conscious of how you direct that energy in the most harmonious, loving, and conscious, and like considerate and compassionate way should still be a staple within every state of being, no matter what it is. Doesn't matter. I've been through all the states, as anyone, and it's like even when you're angry, even when you're like charged, feeling, or dysregulated, you can still choose consideration, compassion, love, and joy, and calmness, and relaxed awareness to wisely be within those moments. Always. Doesn't matter what's going on, you can choose that. You choose whatever you want to choose and become more emotionally, mentally, energetically, somatically, feeling, nervous system, auric fieldly, you know, and like spiritually intelligent, like to challenge yourself to always be going to the highest capabilities of your intelligence, and beyond that too, as that would become apparent as to move forward in, as there's always more in every moment, in everything, in every situation, no matter what. It's like always been my focus, just for the general real highest embodiment of being, and like general service of all has been my focus, but I always guide to others, and I could always do my best to hold that in my field and state of being, even if I haven't perfectly like preset it myself in certain practices or taken care of myself or like something like that, and I feel unregulated or off, I still focus to be the highest state I can be in my heart and my mind and my consciousness, to achieve that to the best degree of which I can in those moments, even if I'm not like physically feeling open and ready and flowing with energy and life force in my blood and oxygen levels and hormone levels and chemicals in my body perfectly in a regulated, balanced state that allows me to be more of a higher state, sustaining baseline, you know. Still I choose that, and still like sometimes I'll allow myself to breathe or move or do whatever I want, in any social settings around people and whatnot. Doesn't matter what they think, in order to like raise the frequency by letting energy and fluids and everything else flow in the body more cohesively and clear, and letting the mind be clear, helping the mind to be clear. Like, these are all important to remember that we can just do anything and be as weird as we want anywhere. Everyone has the full freedom to feel as they do, as you would about anyone else and everything else, and as you do about yourself. It all comes down to how you feel about yourself, how you're feeling, what you want to actually do and experience in the reality as yourself first, and then how you're constantly becoming aware of directs the rest of the whole beyond you. So, such foundational core ways of ways of being and things to do that keeps us growing as human beings to really start to be the change in our respective realities and worlds, and like add that together in the collective is wise. The central focus at all times, becoming that sovereign gem, and that gem is this crystalline whole you and consciousness, embodiment, and somatics, and the physical, spirit, and soul, and energy, and connecting to that soul gem you, that spirit you, and like bridging that, unifying that with your human everything in this world is what that name, sovereign gem embodiment, or sovereign gem regenesis, and bringing a new beginning of that to humanity is what the name means. So that's why that's there. But yeah, I think that's good for now in this screen. There's our ending bell. So, guys, be seeing you tomorrow. Probably in the morning, actually. Tomorrow, most likely in the morning sometime. So, cool. Nice shift of the daytime. Catch you then. Till then, thanks for joining. I love you, appreciate you. That's the wrong button.